What's up, guys? Daxter here, and I hope you all liked my new intro. Spent a couple hours on that, trying to see if I can get something a little bit, maybe a little professional going, but I did my best. Let me know what y'all thought in the comments below. But this week, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm actually going to put some commentary in on the video and let y'all know what the thought process is, let y'all know what the overall goal is. Since we run a Hunter, Shaman, Priest team, we have a lot of bursts. So normally, the overall goal is to go ahead and just CC the healer and burst one of the DPS down as fast as possible. Doesn't always work, but in the longer fights, we basically just trying to wait for the CCs to come back up. As long as we get the healer's trinkets and basically their outs right off the bat, because we normally do. We normally always force it, because the moment the fight starts, we try to blow all cooldowns and just DPS the crap out of one of their DPSs and CC the healer. Force all of their trinkets on the healer, and if the fight lasts a little bit long, hopefully my shaman buddy here, who seems to be always the target that they're going for, is going to live through it. So as you can see a little second ago, I actually sleeped the healer, and he basically sat in, like he used his trinket right off the bat to save the shaman. He really did save the shaman, by the way, which was really cool. Now, these guys didn't really have much of a communication at the beginning of the fight, because the shaman ran away when the mage basically tried to deep freeze and burst on me, and I trinketed out of it, but I'm not quite sure why these guys didn't really have much of a connection. But one mess up I did here too, I tried to scatter trap the paladin and didn't really work. I didn't notice he had a sack on the shaman, so kind of wasted my CCs there. And because now I wasted all my CCs, and these guys seem to be paying attention to that, they're trying to immediately go directly for our heal and try to CC her. But as awesome as Tilth is, she realizes that both of them were in range of her fear, so she immediately started fear chaining their healer, so which is working quite nicely. It actually saved me from a deep freeze there a second ago. If you noticed, I was deep freezed, and the mage immediately got feared, so she didn't even bother dispelling that. So, but we're still pumping mass damage into the shaman, and he just eventually goes down. There's no way. The paladin is trying to keep up with CCing our healer, but he doesn't actually pay too much attention, and the shaman eventually goes down. So this mage is going to go on next. I just kind of cut this to the end here, and this paladin is just going to leave. He's not going to sit here. So, but yeah, I'm trying out marksman for the first time here, guys. So my damage is actually really high. Marksman over beastmaster has always been higher damage. And look at this. These guys are trying their best, trying their darndest to kill me, and they just can't lock me down. That's the beautiful thing about being a good hunter here. You can't, like if you blow your cooldowns properly and then immediately run the line of sight, you cannot be killed. Like, at least not by melee. At least not unless they time their stuff absolutely perfectly. Look at this. Look at the burst of this marksman spec. Look at that. That guy just goes down so fast. He's going to once again cut to the end here. This monk, I'm not quite sure what his game plan is. He's just going to sit here after his two DPS partners have went down. He's just going to sit there and let us kill him. And look at this, just pumping damage, yeah. Beautiful thing about marksman. I will say marksman over Beastmaster. I like having two outs as a Beastmaster, but you don't get to use it. Well, it's kind of a waste sometimes. But bottom line here is that Marksman does so much more damage, it's unbelievable. So in this match, right off the bat, I'm going to try to CC the shaman, and he immediately trinkets that trap, and he just tries to save this hunter. Now this hunter is undergeared as heck, so we just went straight for him. So yeah, we just saw this guy's health and said nom nom nom, and and he basically just pops all of his defenses right off the bat here, and I'm going to try my best to CC the shaman. Look at that. I was literally waiting for him to cast, because the hunter was in a deterrence. I just literally sat there and waited for him to cast so I can silence him. And then he does something stupid. He runs behind the pillar. He line of sights his own guy, and my CCs came back up. So I just re-CC'd him. But my trap there popped up immune, so I'm not quite sure why that happened, and I couldn't stop this guy. Couldn't stop any more heals. But the fear goes off. Thank you, Tilth, for those awesome fears, and this guy's going to deterrence again, and I'm going to immediately turn to the shaman and just wait for him. Wait for him to cast something. There's the cast, there's the silence, and the hunter is going to go down here. Look at this. Now, we'll point out that my shaman is just spamming dispels at this point, just spamming absolute dispels, just dispelling the ever-living crap. And look at that. There you go. Achievement. And Tilth steals the killing blow. How in the hell does she get the killing blow? I have no idea, but she does it anyway. Alright, this match is against the warrior, shaman, and mage, and look at this. I get melee polyed, and then immediately polyed again, and then in the ring, and I was expecting to be in a full CC here, but I don't know what happened there, but hey, whatever. And look at this. He tries to poly me again. And yeah, this didn't work. Didn't work whatsoever. So right now the mage is our top target because he's got the least amount of outs, and the warriors are just a pain in the ass. And we actually saw the mage's gear too, so he's like, "Up, let's just go and go straight for him." So my main target right now is obviously to be the main CC, but there's the hex, and he's just sitting in the hex, and he got feared while he's in the hex, and it's just kind of like a double CC thing there. But the warrior, I mean the mage, just goes down. Like yeah, this is why you party up with a shaman, guys. I was focusing on CCing so much that I didn't really do much damage this fight, but my shaman buddy here just absolutely wrecked face. Look at that damage. Look at that damage on the shaman. This is why I love running with a shaman. I mean, he won. He's my friend too. Like this is why I actually run with him because he is my friend. But at the same time, yeah, you know what? He actually pumps out some crazy damage, man. I love my Fangren. He's awesome. So all right, now this team, this one actually messed up. My for whatever reason, one of my macros on my bar vanished, and I tried to get it back in the middle of the fight, but I realized that this shit's going down and everything's going down, and I have to get my shit back up. So I just say to hell with it. I'm just gonna play with what I got, even though I got one missing button because Fangren was just getting his butt whooped and was saved by Tilth. But hey. At this point, I'm just trying to pump as much damage on this war because this is a trip DPS team, so we just need to pump out damage. Just pump out damage. And look at that. Both Tilth and Fangren, their health are just going down. They're ignoring me, but I have to actually chase this guy to do anything. And look at this. We actually all sit in the bubble, try to get some heals, and this warrior just ran right around the pillar. Didn't wait for second wind to get himself back up, so he just ran right around the pillar and got his butt whooped. So, look at this. Now, after the warrior died, these two just kind of said, to heck with this. And they leave. So, props to them for making a nice short fight. Now, on this one, I don't get this. Why in the hell is a prot warrior doing in a trip DPS team? I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a full stun spec, but the moment we notice it's a trip DPS team, we immediately go for the DK because he's got the least ability to run away and stun and all that fun stuff. So we will all cooldowns and just go straight for the DK, but they are pumping a lot of damage into Fangren, so we're just going to go ahead and try to keep him alive. I'm just going to sit still and aim shot the hell out of this DK, trying to pump as much damage as possible. They're trying to stun on Tilth, and it seems to be working, but there's the live swap, and it saved him, and the DK goes down, and we're just going to go ahead and DPS the heck out of the Arms Warrior, and the Prot Warrior, look at this Prot Warrior just decides that he's going to sit there and try to stay alive. I don't even know why he actually pops the cooldowns and whatnot, and here we go, vengefully dedicated. I didn't even notice I didn't even know what the hell that was. Now, here we go. Now, this was our second to last fight. This actually was the last fight we needed for our max points for the week. And this was actually a really good team. These guys put out some really good numbers. And look at this. We're going to go straight for the mage, but then the mage is actually going to run away. And he runs straight to Egypt. And I tried following him, but it just wasn't happening. Not to mention Fangren was CC, so I said to hell with this. Let's go ahead and go for the Warlock. Just screw the mage, go for the Warlock. And the moment I start pumping into the Warlock, bam, there's the mage. Why in the heck did he do that? So I'm like, alright, cool, the mage has no outs now. Go straight for him. And we pump some serious damage into this guy, but the problem here is that we've already wasted some of our CCs, so we couldn't actually get all the damage we wanted here. Now I'm going to try to CC the Shaman here, and yeah, I get feared by Trinket because I really want to get this CC off, and I miss my trap. Because of that freaking fear, I miss my goddamn traps. Alright, whatever. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just continue the damage onto this mage. I know we're not going to kill him. But you know what? We're going to try it anyway. And look at that. He ice blocked. He got healed back to full, but it doesn't make a difference. We're going to keep the pressure. We're going to keep the pressure going as much as possible. Now, this team, I will say, is one of the harder teams to fight for us because they have so much CCs. Combination of fears and polys from the mage and the warlock is going to keep our healer pretty much out of the fight as much as possible. But as long as we can keep pressure on the mage, he shouldn't be able to do a whole lot. As long as we can keep CCs going as much as possible on that shaman, shouldn't be able to do a whole lot. But this mage is ice blocking his absolute ass off. I don't even know how he did. It hasn't even been 45 seconds yet. He ice blocked twice, and he's still going down, still taking shitloads of damage. Look at that. The healer is completely silenced. I love being marksman for that. Complete silence, complete lockdown. But look at this. He ice blocked again. Third ice block. How in the hell did he do that? And he's sitting in this one. I had actually let my buddy Fangren know what's going on because he doesn't have a timer for this. And I'm going directly for the CC. The moment the ice block came off, I said, yes, we got this. The shaman has no more outs. And bam, I was so happy when I saw that trap. That trap popped up, and he was just CC'd full. So like I said, oh, keep the chain CCs. Keep the chain CCs. I was begging for a hex here. Right here. There's the hex. And oh, no, there's the hex. And then there you go. There we go. Sweet damage on Fangren's side. Oh, my God, I love this team. When we can pump out the numbers, I absolutely love this team. Oh, it's great. It's absolutely great. I will say, though, I will say that this team works out very nicely if we can maintain control, which is very hard in some situations, very difficult in some situations. But if we can maintain control, they don't have anything. They got absolutely nothing. Now this last clip I'm putting in here because we got our points in. This was our last match that we needed for the week to get our points in, but we wanted to just go ahead and try one more because we wanted to go for an achievement. Wanted to go for an achievement. So we went to one more match, and look at that. It was a warrior hunter shaman team, and we just owned them, just absolutely owned them. And there's the achievement, 15 freaking 50. We were psyched. Oh my god, moving up in the chain.